What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are going to talk about Cosmic Crucible Season 1. Yes, finally the Season 1 is coming, and in this video we are going to talk about the room changes and what are the best teams for each rooms, and I'm going to show you my spreadsheet where I have all this information in. And if you like the information on this video, as always, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content and make sure you smash that like button. As always, there will be links in the description of the video for my Discord, where you'll be able to find these spreadsheets and other things like that. Okay, so the Cosmic Crucible Season 0 is about to end on 8th of September, and this is going to be next week. And then on the week after, we are going to have a break of Cosmic Crucible, and it should start once again on 14th of September. This will start up with the Cosmic Crucible Season 1, and this new season will not only bring changes to the brackets of the game, that we can take a look as well, but also to change the rooms. And we are going to have a new global buff, which is the Age of X or something like that. Let's see. So we have this new rule called Age of X. So we are going to talk about all of that in this video. One of the new things that we'll have in Season 1 of Cosmic Crucible is new League Subdivisions, and this is going to multiply the current number of leagues from 6 to 18, and then we'll have one additional one, which is the Grandmasters League. This is the complete top of the food chain, and this is where the best of the best players should be, of course, all the whales. Now, to reach this stage, you will have to, you cannot jump there, you have to win all your matches. So even if you are on Masters, and if you are the number one in Masters, you still have to climb your way to get to Grand Masters League. Now, one good thing about climbing this new ranking system is that you'll always go up at a decent speed, but when you go down, you go slower than you go up. This is good because it increases the consistency of the scoring, and it also kind of balances out whenever you are faced with just a bad matchup based on a bad matchmaking, rather than you being a bad player, because sometimes the matchmaking can be a little bit wacky, and it makes you to fight a player that has like 10 million more TCP than you, that is playing for 5 years, and you have been only playing for 2. So this way, the fact that you can lose less points slower than you earn them will hopefully filter out all those inconsistencies. Now, we have also updated on the rewards, and this is going to be balanced around the multiple divisions that we'll have. And the example of the divisions, now we have bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, and masters. All of these 6 divisions will be divided in 3. So you can be gold 1, 2, and 3, or masters 1, 2, and 3. And this is a great thing because a lot of content creators, they are like Diamond 3, which is very close to Masters, but other ones are Diamond 1, or they are Silver 3 or Platinum 3, and they are all considered the same way, which is not exactly the case. Okay, so updates on the divisions, updates on the rewards of each league, and we are also going to have new stage rules, and this is why we are going to take a look after at my new spreadsheet for these. Let's see if okay, it's this one, nice. We'll take a look at this new spreadsheet. This is still the old one. You can see right here, Season 0, but we'll take a look at the Season 1 and see what are the changes for each of these rooms, which are going to be the teams that you should prioritize in each of those rooms to take the most advantage out of the rooms. And we'll talk about some nuances as well. Okay, so beyond that, let's take a look at the new rules. So stage 1 and 2, they still have no rules beyond the global rules. But the global rules changed quite a lot. Now we have this season Age of X. Age of X. And I find this very, very interesting. they defined the meta a little bit based on this, and for me it's a good way to make the meta more interesting and give relevance to other characters that characters that otherwise would not be relevant. So we have hero mutants now get 50% more damage, 15% damage reduction, 100% more focus, and 500% more resistance. This is going to make the hero mutants very deadly and also a little bit harder to kill. So for example, Bishop, hero mutant, is going to be a lot harder to kill and is going to do a lot more damage to you. Also negative effects and positive effects. Jubilee, she lacks a little bit on the focus. It's not going to be the case anymore. And characters like Beast, where you usually would stun him to make sure that he would not use his abilities, it's not going to be the case anymore. So a team like the Astonishing X-Men, even that they were not that great because they were falling off the meta, thanks to this new global rule, the Age of X, now they are going to be way more relevant for Cosmic Crucible. Other ability that we have is on turn, hero mutant characters could clear revive once and immunity from all enemies. This means that wherever you try to use Dormammu, Dormammu is going to be countered by hero mutants. This is very powerful. And then we have the same rule that we had in the past, 20% additional health and 10% more damage. So this is going to make the game a lot more relevant in terms of Cosmic Crucible. And now characters, once again, like Astonishing X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, and Unlimited X-Men, they're all going to be extremely powerful. Okay, now in terms of the other rules, we have a stage 1 and 2, no rules changed there. Now on stage 3, we have Spider-Mania. On spawn, Spider-Verse characters gain a Safeguard for 2 turns and deflects. We'll take a look at this room and see which teams will benefit here the most out of this ability. But remember, once again, for example, this rule is not relevant enough. So you can still put your Darkhold here and they will be fine. Even if they don't take advantage of the buff, that's fine. Some of these buffs are not impactful enough to make some specific teams for these rooms. Keep that in mind. Thanks for the sub. I wish I could read your name, but I can't. But thank you for the sub. Okay, now we have stage 4, Latent Power. At the end of the turn, global heroes gain offense up. Now, this might be a little bit confusing for you, but I will try to explain. So, characters that do retaliation attacks or that provide assists will benefit out of this ability. So, for example, Astonishing X-Men, because they are attacking outside of their turn whenever they do the assist, they'll have offense up, so they will do more damage. Other characters that will benefit from this effect is going to be Colossus, is going to be Bishop, and especially and most importantly, it's going to be Gambit. Any characters also with counters are also going to benefit out of this room, so this is going to be extremely important for teams that benefit out of those buffs. Now we have stage 5, Biological Temperament. On turn, bio characters apply offense down to a random enemy without offense down. This is another room that the buffs that they are giving are not relevant enough. So for you to make a team just based on this is not going to be important at all. Once again, if you don't have a good bio team to put here, if your bio teams are not strong enough to put here, you can still use your Darkhold or you can still use your whatever team and use them here and still have a very powerful combination. For example, you could use Astonishing X-Men on room 4 and you could use Unlimited X-Men on room 5 and that would be still great. I think that is actually one of the best possibilities because once again, room 3 or stage 3 and stage 5 are not relevant enough to have a team here that completely revolves about the rules of the room. Finally, we have a stage 6 and this stage 6 is very cool, I like it. Tales of Legends. The title alone is quite amazing, but legendary characters give 50% more damage. So you want to use characters here, legendary characters that do damage, right? So characters like Shuri, characters like Ebony Maw are not going to be good in this room. But other characters that actually do damage, like Invisible Woman, yes, Invisible Woman, and Star-Lord, are going to be way better in this room. So you need to think and have into consideration which are the best legendaries to use in this room to take advantage out of this buff, 50% additional damage. On top of that, we also have on-spawn legendary characters gain 3 turns of defense up and safeguard. That means that enemies will not be able to flip these positive effects, so this is a good counter against Eternals, so keep that in mind. Great counter against Eternals right there. Then we have on-turn legendary characters remove all negative effects from themselves and gain speed up. Once again, counters Eternals, counters other characters that apply negative effects. And you have similar characters that use a similar effect to this, which is Omega Red. And you know very well that after Omega Red does his special and gets that speed up, or whenever you go below 60% HP, he becomes super faster and super deadly. So keep that in mind whenever you are choosing which legendaries you are going to use in this room. Or if you are going to use a mix of legendaries, you can also use a mix of legendaries here. Okay, so those are the rules for the new rooms or the new stages. And now let's take a look at the spreadsheets that we have here for today. So this is the one from Season 0, and now we have the new one from Season 1. And you can see right here on the colors that on Season 0, on the first months of Season 0, a lot of teams were viable. You can see right here we have up to 11 teams that were possible to use in each of these rooms. And that was huge. A lot of flexibility, a lot of viability for certain characters. It's not the case for Season 1. The viability of most teams has been greatly reduced, and while on the other one we had 3 columns with 11 teams, on this one we have only 2 columns with 9 teams. That's going to be the maximum of characters that we'll have available for those specific rooms. Okay, so we have all the rules right here. The colors mean the most favorable match in this room. Then on the light green it's small nuance, it might not be the maximum potential of that team, and we'll take a look at some examples. Then on the yellow, it's when you have something that is favorable but it's not recommended. When it's orange, it's like you have some viability but kind of very low, and red is definitely not recommended. Now, in terms of low viability, let's take a look at one example right here. We have Wong, and the reason why this has some additional viability in this room, it's because Wong is a hero, global, so he's going to get offense up, and his retaliation attack is going to hurt by quite a lot, because Wong with offense up is quite deadly with his retaliations. Other character that it has similar effect is Elsa. She's global, she is a hero, but because her team overall is not that great in this room, and because she only retaliates whenever the enemies dodge abilities, then it's going to have less viability than the other one. So those are some of the examples that we can use for this ranking system that we have right here. Once again, we have all the rules here of each of those rooms, and you can use these as you want. Once again, this is going to be available on my Discord. Just make sure that you found this on my Discord. Last time people were using my spreadsheet, but because it had no name, because it had no picture, they didn't know from where it was from. It's from here, motherfucker. So if you are taking this from my Discord, of course it's from me, but yeah, sure. Anyway, let's take a look now at the teams that we have available for each of the rooms. So you can use this one to think about which characters and so on, but then if you want to have the easy time, you go down here and we have the list of the teams for each of those rooms. So for room 1 and 2, the characters that will have the most viability is the ones that are going to use the most of the global buffs. That's going to be Unlimited, Uncanny, Astonishing, X-Factor and X-Force. On room 3, which is the one with the Spider Mania, benefits for Spider-Verse, is going to be the Tangled Web, Web Warrior, Sinister 6 and Symbiotes. Once again, I repeat, because these teams are not meta right now, you can use other characters here, you can use other teams here. They will not benefit from the buffs, But that doesn't matter. If the team is way too strong, if it's like Dark Cold or Unlimited, it doesn't matter. The team is way better than anything you can do with the Spider-Verse. So keep this in mind, because it's going to be extremely important. Now on room 4, which is room 4, Latent Power. So this is the one that requires Hero Global. You can see right here that we have Gamma, we have Bionic, Unlimited, Wakanda, because they have a lot of counters, Darkhold, Retaliations, we have Young Avengers with Kate Bishop and Echo, then we have Uncanny, Secret Avengers, and Astonishing X-Men. So room 4 is where you have space for a lot of playing around with different teams. Now on room 5, which is the biological temperament, once again we are going to have the Tangled Web, we are going to have the Gamma team, A-Force, they have 3 bio characters, Young Avengers, they have 2 bio characters, then we have Web Warriors, Infinity Watch, and Symbiote. So there are not a lot of good bio team here, or good bio characters, so make sure you make a mixed match of the characters that you have available, or once again put here some team that is so powerful that it doesn't really matter what are the buffs of the room. And finally we have the legendary room, Tales of Legends, and on this one of course you are going to use the teams that have legendary characters, or you can make a legendary soup. That's also a possibility where you can mix match different legendaries in order to take the advantage of most of them. For example, Morgan Le Fay and Star-Lord or something like that. So in this room we are going to benefit the most out of Gamma, Bionic Avengers, Unlimited X-Men, Darkhold, Uncanny X-Men, Weapon X, Astonishing X-Men, Inhumans, and Fantastic Four. These are the teams that have the most viable legendaries for this specific room. And once again, if you don't want to use any of these teams on their own or as a whole, you can play with them around, mix match, and make a legendary soup. So yeah, that's going to be the spreadsheet for the Season 1 of Cosmic Crucible. Once again, this is going to be available on my Discord, link will be in the description. And I'm very excited for this new system, especially for the new divisions. It will make a lot clear who's going to be a good player or not. And they also said that they are going to improve the matchmaking, so you are not always facing the same people every week. And hopefully we'll also have some kind of some visual improvements to Cosmic Crucible, because right now it looks super lame. And since it's the age of Vex, let's make sure that we have some mutants around here or something like that to make that new global rule more visual, because right now one of the things about Marvel Strike Force that I don't like, it's how lazy they are with the visuals of the game modes. But you guys let me know in the comments below what you think about all of this. And that's going to be the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you smash that like button. And if you found the video helpful, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content. And I will catch you guys later.